What if I told you that one of the most profound health-boosting actions you could take today involves, well, not doing something, specifically not eating? It sounds counterintuitive, I know. We're constantly bombarded with messages about what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat. But what if the real secret to unlocking a deeper level of health, vitality, and even longevity lies in strategically eating? This isn't some new fad diet. It's not a complicated trend that requires expensive supplements or weird ingredients. It's a fundamental, built-in biological mechanism, a daily reset button that your body already possesses. This is fasting, and I assure you it's probably not what you think. Many people hear the word fasting and immediately picture starvation, deprivation, or some extreme religious practice. But what we're talking about here is a controlled, intentional period of abstaining from food for specific health benefits. It's about giving your body a much-needed break from the constant work of digestion and nutrient processing. Think of it like giving your car a regular oil change and tune-up. Fasting allows your internal systems to perform essential maintenance and repair work that simply can't happen when you're constantly consuming calories. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity and its deep roots in our evolutionary history. Our ancestors didn't have 24/7 access to food. Periods of feasting were naturally followed by periods of fasting. Our bodies are incredibly well adapted to this rhythm. By reintroducing these periods of not eating, we tap into ancient pathways that can optimize our metabolism, sharpen our minds, and protect us against many of the chronic diseases plaguing modern society. So, let's explore how this simple act of doing nothing can actually do so much for your long-term health and well-being. So, let's get right down to it. What exactly fasting in the context we're discussing for longevity and health? At its core, fasting is simply the voluntary absence of food, and in most cases caloric beverages, for a defined period. There are no magic pills involved, no special powders you need to buy, no complicated meal plans to follow during the fasting window. It's just you, some water, very important, and time. Your body then does what it's inherently designed to do when it's not constantly processing incoming fuel. It shifts its focus from digestion to cellular repair and other vital maintenance tasks. This isn't about starvation, it's about strategic abstention. You've probably heard terms like intermittent fasting, and that's become incredibly popular for good reason. One of the most common approaches is the 16-8 method. This means you fast for 16 hours each day and consume all your meals within an 8-hour eating window. For example, you might finish dinner at 8 p.m. and then not eat again until 12 p.m. the next day. This might sound daunting at first, but for many, it simply means skipping breakfast or pushing it later into the day. The fascinating part is that many of the significant physiological benefits of fasting actually start to kick in even after just 12 hours of not eating. Think about that 12-hour mark. If you finish dinner by 7 p.m. and don't eat until 7 a.m. the next morning, you've already completed a 12-hour fast. Many people do this without even realizing they're fasting. The key is understanding the processes that begin to unfold in your body during this window. Your insulin levels start to drop, your body begins to shift from burning glucose to burning stored fat for energy, and your cells get a chance to initiate cleanup processes. It's a gentle entry point into the world of fasting, and it's more achievable than most people initially believe. The duration and frequency of fasts can vary greatly, from these shorter daily fasts to longer, less frequent fasts like 24-hour or even 36-hour fasts. Each type has its own set of benefits and considerations, but for our purposes today, understanding that fasting is a deliberate period of not consuming calories to allow your body to switch gears is the fundamental concept. It's about giving your digestive system a complete rest, allowing your hormones to rebalance, and tapping into your body's innate healing capabilities. It's a powerful tool, and it's accessible to almost everyone. Now let's dive into why you'd even consider doing this. What are the tangible, scientifically observed benefits of incorporating fasting into your lifestyle? First and foremost, we see significant improvements in insulin sensitivity. When you're constantly eating, especially refined carbohydrates and sugars, your pancreas is working overtime producing insulin to shuttle glucose into your cells. Over time, your cells can become resistant to insulin's effects, leading to high blood sugar, pre-diabetes, and eventually type 2 diabetes. Fasting gives your pancreas a break, lowers your baseline insulin levels, and helps your cells become more responsive to insulin again. This is crucial for metabolic health and long-term energy stability. Another major benefit is the reduction of inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation is a key driver of almost every major chronic disease, from heart disease and arthritis to neurodegenerative conditions. Studies have consistently shown that periods of fasting can significantly lower key inflammatory markers in the blood, such as C-reactive protein, CRP, and interleukin-6, IL-6. By giving your body a rest from processing food and by shifting fuel sources, you're essentially calming down the inflammatory storm that can be raging internally, often without you even knowing it. This reduction in systemic inflammation has far-reaching positive consequences for your overall health and longevity. Then, there's the impact on brain health, which is incredibly exciting. Fasting has been shown to boost the production of a remarkable protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. Think of BDNF as fertilizer for your brain cells. It supports the survival of existing neurons, encourages the growth of new neurons and synapses, and plays a critical role in learning, memory, and mood. Higher levels of BDNF are associated with improved cognitive function and a lower risk of conditions like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. So fasting isn't just good for your body, it's profoundly beneficial for your brain, and we can't forget the gut. Your digestive system works incredibly hard, day in and day out. Fasting provides a much-needed period of rest and repair for your entire gastrointestinal tract. This allows the lining of your gut to heal, reduces gut permeability, often referred to as leaky gut, and can help rebalance your gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria that play a vital role in everything from digestion to immune function and even mental health. Furthermore, at a cellular level, fasting promotes mitochondrial efficiency. Your mitochondria are the powerhouses of your cells. Under the mild, controlled stress of fasting, a concept called hormesis, your mitochondria become more efficient at producing energy and better at clearing out damaged components, leading to cleaner, smarter cellular function. A landmark 2020 study published in Cell Metabolism even found that time-restricted eating improves various cardiometabolic health markers, even if individuals don't lose weight, highlighting benefits beyond just calorie restriction. Now, you might have heard another buzzword often associated with fasting, and it's a really important one: autophagy. This term literally means self-eating, and it refers to your body's natural regulated process of breaking down and recycling old, damaged, or dysfunctional cellular components. Think of it as your body's internal housekeeping service or a sophisticated cellular cleanup crew. When cells accumulate junk, misfolded proteins, worn-out organelles, even invading pathogens, autophagy kicks in to clear out the debris. This is absolutely critical for maintaining cellular health and preventing the buildup of toxic materials that can contribute to aging and disease. Fasting is one of the most potent ways to significantly upregulate or activate this autophagy process. When your body is deprived of external nutrients for a certain period, it cleverly starts looking for internal resources. It begins to identify and dismantle these non-essential or damaged parts to conserve energy and recycle their building blocks. This isn't a random, destructive process. It's highly selective and incredibly beneficial. It's like spring cleaning for your cells, getting rid of the old to make way for the new, ensuring everything runs smoothly and efficiently. This cellular rejuvenation is a cornerstone of how fasting contributes to longevity. The implications of enhanced autophagy are vast. It plays a role in protecting against neurodegenerative diseases by clearing out protein aggregates that can damage brain cells. It's involved in immune function, helping to eliminate intracellular pathogens. It can even play a role in cancer prevention by removing damaged cells before they can become malignant. The depth and breadth of autophagy's benefits are truly astounding, and scientists are continually uncovering more about its intricate mechanisms and its importance for overall health span and lifespan. It's a fundamental biological process that we can actively stimulate through practices like fasting. However, the topic of autophagy is so rich, so complex, and so incredibly fascinating that it truly deserves its own dedicated exploration. We could spend an entire video, or even a series of videos, just unpacking the science of how it works, the different types of autophagy, and the specific ways it impacts various aspects of our health. So, while it's a massive benefit of fasting, and one I absolutely want you to be aware of, we're going to put a pin in the deep dive for now. Rest assured, we get there in a future video, and we'll explore autophagy like you've never heard it before. For today, just know it's a powerful ally activated by fasting. Now, while fasting offers a wealth of benefits, it's crucial to understand that it's not a one-size-fits-all solution, and it's not appropriate for everyone. at least not without careful medical guidance. Like any powerful health intervention, it needs to be approached wisely and with an understanding of individual circumstances. There are specific populations who should exercise particular caution or even avoid fasting altogether, unless they are working closely with a knowledgeable healthcare practitioner who can monitor them. This is about being smart and safe, not about taking unnecessary risks. For instance, if you are currently underweight or have a history of eating disorders, fasting could potentially exacerbate these conditions or lead to nutrient deficiencies. The goal of fasting is to optimize health, not to push the body into a state of malnourishment. Similarly, pregnant or breastfeeding women have increased nutritional demands to support both their own health and the development of their baby. Fasting during these critical periods is generally not recommended as it could compromise nutrient intake essential for growth and lactation. The priority here is providing consistent and adequate nourishment. Individuals with diabetes, particularly type 1 diabetes or type 2 diabetes, requiring medication like insulin or sulfonylureas, need to be extremely careful. Fasting can significantly lower blood sugar levels, and without proper medication adjustments, this could lead to hypoglycemia, which can be dangerous. If you have diabetes and are interested in fasting, it is absolutely essential to discuss this with your doctor or endocrinologist. They can help you understand the risks, monitor your blood sugar closely, and make any necessary adjustments to your treatment plan to ensure your safety. This is not something to experiment with on your own. Furthermore, if you are recovering from a significant illness, surgery, or have a known medical condition that affects your metabolism or nutrient absorption, it's vital to consult your doctor before attempting any form of fasting. Your body may have increased needs for recovery and repair that fasting could interfere with if not managed correctly. The principle here is first, do no harm. Fasting is a powerful tool, yes, but like any tool, its effectiveness and safety depend on it being used in the right context and by the right person. Always prioritize your health and seek professional advice when you have underlying conditions. So, if you're feeling intrigued and you don't fall into one of the cautionary categories we just discussed, you might be wondering how to actually start. The good news is, you don't have to jump into a 3-day water fast right off the bat. In fact, I strongly advise against that for beginners. The best approach is to start simple and gradually allow your body to adapt. One of the easiest and most popular ways to begin is with the 16-8 intermittent fasting schedule we mentioned earlier. This typically involves skipping breakfast and having your first meal around lunchtime, then finishing your last meal by early evening. During your fasting window, hydration is absolutely key. You should drink plenty of water. Plain water is best, but you can also have black coffee, no sugar, no cream, no sweeteners, or unsweetened herbal teas. These beverages generally don't contain calories and won't break your fast or spike your insulin. Staying hydrated helps manage hunger pangs, keeps your energy levels more stable, and supports your body's detoxification processes. Avoid fruit juices, sodas, or any caloric drinks during this period, as they will indeed interrupt the fasting state and its associated benefits. When it's time to break your fast, be mindful of what you eat. You might be tempted to reach for something sugary or a large carbohydrate-heavy meal, especially if you're feeling quite hungry. However, this can lead to a rapid spike in blood sugar and insulin, potentially causing an energy crash and negating some of the benefits you've just achieved. Instead, aim to break your fast gently with a meal that's rich in healthy fats, quality protein, and non-starchy vegetables. Think avocados, eggs, nuts, seeds, fish, or chicken with a large salad. This provides sustained energy and nutrients without overwhelming your system. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, track how you feel. Pay attention to your energy levels, your hunger cues, your mood, and your mental clarity. Some people feel fantastic right away, while others might experience mild headaches or a bit of fatigue as their body adjusts, especially in the first few days. This is often temporary. The goal here isn't to suffer or feel deprived, it's to find a rhythm that enhances your clarity, boosts your energy, and supports your long-term health. Adjust your fasting window or approach as needed. Listen to your body. It's your best guide.